Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about watch dealer slang talk, the way they communicate amongst each other, and only words they use that only they could understand. But before I tell you what those words are, let's go into my magical intro. Okay, so I'm back, guys. So we're gonna talk about these words that we use in the watch shows that I can never really understand what they were talking about. This word is called slider, and I don't mean slider as Major League Baseball pitcher slider. Slider is a watch that basically, it's a used watch and is basically sometimes sold as new. And you know, I knew a gentleman back in the day that he became very, very wealthy just buying slider watches. Honestly, I even believe that this gentleman was the one that invented that word slider. He became very, very, and I mean very, very wealthy selling slider watches. And slider can be a Patek Philippe, it can be a Rolex, it can be an AP, it can be a Vacheron, it can be Briguet. And this guy was the expert. He was, to me, he is the one that came up with the name slider. And he became very, very wealthy, you know, doing the selling slider watches. That's the number one word you should always remember: slider. Slider. Slider is not a slider like a pitcher slider. It's a terminology that the watch can slide as new, but in reality is used. So that's a slider, and that's your number one word you should have in your arsenal. So when you hear these dealers talk, you know what they're saying, okay? Slider is basically a used watch sold at times as new. I'm not saying that every dealer does that. No. I'm not saying that every dealer does that, but that's what slider means, okay? That's number one. Let's go into number two. Number two is the word naked. And I don't mean naked as in Playboy magazine naked. No. Naked as in watch. Naked is it's a watch that doesn't come with no guarantee, no service records. There's nothing in the watch. It basically is it's like a ghost watch, you know? It's a real thing, it's a real watch, but it doesn't have no kind of information, and that's why they call it naked. You know, it doesn't have no box, it's not a full set, it's just the watch. It's a real thing, but they call it naked. So, you know, no guarantee, no paperwork, no service. It's just naked. Like they say, it's a naked watch. And that's number two, the number two word, naked. Don't forget, naked in your ear. Don't forget it. When you hear, you're gonna hear it, naked. Okay, so let's go to the number three word. The number three word is a Frankenstein. When you hear Frankenstein, well, let me see. A Frankenstein is like saying, getting, let me see, what can I say? Aftermarket parts, you know, and putting it in the watch, service parts. That could even also be considered a Frankenstein watch. And you also have it on the vintage. You have it a lot on the vintage watches. You know, you can get let's say a Rolex, an example, a Rolex GMT 1675, and they use the wrong bezel, the wrong dial, the hand stack is not the correct one, the bracelet's not the correct one, and it is. The casing is a real Rolex, but it has different parts from different other watches. They're not correct, and that's why they also call it. They call it the word Frankenstein. So don't forget that word, a Frankenstein. You're selling me a Frankenstein, and this is not. It's not correct. So remember that word, Frankenstein. I don't mean Frankenstein from the science movie, monster movie. I mean, the watch Frankenstein. And that's number 3. Well, let's go to number 4. Number 4 is an open car. Open car means that the watch has never been, they never put a date on it, and basically it's just, there's no year to it, and also if the watch is basically brand new old stock and you have an open card, the watch is brand new. You can put, the watches could be from 2003 and you're in 2022 and you put that date, and the watch has all the, all the stickers and all the goodies on the watch, and the watch is considered a brand new watch. It's just considered old, brand new stock. And that's number 4. Number 5 is converted, the word converted. Converted is you can take an example, you take a Rolex GMT and you take an Explorer from the 80s. Both of those watches have the same movement. So it's very simple to, convert it into an Explorer or convert it into a GMT. Very, very simple. Another thing is, like an example, you have an AP, an Audemars Piguet Royal chronograph in stainless steel. And the watch was born out of the factory with a stainless steel casing, a leather strap, like an example, like this watch right here. See, stainless steel, leather strap, and now you want to add on to that watch a stainless steel bracelet. So you add it on, you put it on, and now it becomes a fully stainless steel watch. But the watch wasn't born, it didn't come out of the factory with a stainless steel bracelet. It came with a leather bracelet. In the paperwork, you can't really see that if the watch was, if the watch came with a stainless steel bracelet or it came with a leather band. The only way you can tell that is with the reference number of the watch. You look in the reference number and you can see how the watch was born, how the watch came out of the factory. If it came out with a leather strap or it came with a stainless steel bracelet. And that's a converted watch right there, basically. So that's number 5 in the word converted. So those are the words that you have to learn. So when you go to watch shows, you know what these dealers are talking about, and you feel like you're in the loop of what's happening. I'm not saying nothing bad about watch dealers. I'm just saying these are the words that they use, and they took me a long time to really, get it down packed and perfect and understand what they were saying among each other. So these are words when you go to shows, you keep your ears open so you can hear what they're saying. So we have one word is slider. The second word is naked. The third word is Frankenstein. The fourth word is open papers, open card. And number 5 is converted. I really hope you enjoy my video and you learn something, from those words. I really do. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like my video. And they say this always, you ain't a real watch collector until it has leather on it. So remember, it must have leather for you to be considered a real watch collector. Anyway, take care and brush your hair.